closely enough, yet I'm able to criticize them. Tell me how many people would benefit from a government and refuse to join that government. There is none of you that can benefit from a Tinubu government and a Dele Momodu. Yet I'm saying no, our country must do what is right. It is not a fight, it is not a betrayal. But if you call it a betrayal, I leave you to your conscience. The day you can stand up in public and defend what is right, that is the day Nigeria will continue to improve. But where we sweep things under the carpet because our friends are involved, I've criticized virtually every government in the last 40 years in Nigeria. And I will be a very useless man to ignore my friend and say because my friend is in power. If you call that betrayal, it means that you don't even have any sense of logic. It is easier for me to support every government in power and make easy money. But you are complaining that I refuse to sell Nigeria because of my personal interest. It shows that you are not a serious person. What do you say about those accusing Atiku and Obi for treason? Of course, they are yeye people now. Only a yeye person will say somebody expressed himself, somebody went to Chicago to cross-check if somebody lied in Nigeria in his affidavit to INEC, and you are saying that is treason. Then what is treason? And what people forget is that Tinubu himself was a fighter against the military. He fought. And when the military left and Obasanjo became president, Tinubu was one of those harassing him regularly, telling him the truth and fighting him. So how can Tinubu now become a president and you now say we have no right to query him? No, I disagree with that. Tinubu did that. It was one of the reasons why he became, very popular at that time. People saw him as a bold and courageous man. So Tinubu cannot accuse anybody of treason. Otherwise, what we did against the military, it was even more than treasonable. So Tinubu today, I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. He will not in good conscience be able to accuse anybody of treason in Nigeria because he did worse to other governments. Even under Jonathan, these guys protested endlessly until the government of Jonathan collapsed. Jonathan never touched any one of them. So today, if they are not planning to be arresting people because they are criticizing Tinubu, then they are hypocrites. Only on hypocrites we do that. So, and since most of those around government cannot tell government the truth, so it's those of us who are their friends who can tell them what is treasonable about my man saying, oh, people are accusing you that you didn't go to school. People are saying you forged. Come out for a few minutes and talk about it on live television and clear it. It is those who love you who will tell you the truth. All these guys will run away. If trouble comes about, they will all run away and leave the leader and his family to clear the mess. So I am telling you, I personally, I won't speak for anybody else. I personally have nothing against Tinubu. He remains my friend and my big brother, but I'm sorry. I mean, his people cannot continue to insult Nigerians. They are just, all they do is insult. If you talk, insult. Go on Twitter, insult. Now I don't even care. I don't even see it because we're very focused and we know that history will judge us right. Anything we do today should be about history. We know that everything that has a beginning will have an end, and at the end they will know who is their friend, they will know who is their enemy. I'm not one of Tinubu's enemies. I don't have anything personal against him. This is about Nigeria. I place my country above friendship. Nothing whatsoever. He knows it. Tomorrow, if anybody wants to victimize Tinubu for his beliefs, I'll be one of those. I will remove my shirt and fight. I defend the rights of every man, regardless of whether you are my friend or you are my enemy. Nobody can be victimized. See me, I talk about Bawa. I don't know Bawa, but they've locked the guy away in prison all this while without fire. In a democracy, it is senseless. That's who I am. I don't know Bawa. I don't know. The same thing they've done to Emefiele. Emefiele was the governor of Nigerian Central Bank. Now they've locked him up for months without trial. And my question is, so if you say Emefiele did wrong, that is why the economy of Nigeria collapsed, then since May that you have taken over, what has been your gain? what has been the gain of Nigeria economically. So you lock Emefiele. In fact, right now, they should go and beg him wherever they are keeping him to ask him the secret of how the dollar did not enter 700, 800, now 1,000 plus. If I were Tinubu now, I will go and beg Emefiele quietly. Say, come, please, can you come and teach those who are there now what you did? Because whatever manipulation they did, they were able to keep the dollar much lower than what it is today. And nobody is talking because everybody wants food from government. Look, how much food can we eat? How much food can we eat? And that's why I've become a pastor now. I will sermonize and let the world know that at least so when everybody kept mute, me, I spoke. You are locking up people. Everybody knew last year how I wrote and told Emefiele off. I said, go and resign. If you know you are interested in politics, go and resign and find something else to do. Now they are locking the same man up, and I'm one of the few people saying, no, you cannot lock a man up indefinitely. If you don't have anything ready, then leave him. Then when you are ready, then go and pick him. I don't understand this country. And people forget that one day they too will leave power. And when you leave power, people will do to you what you are also doing to other people. People don't think. What's wrong with us? I'm not a beneficiary. I don't owe Emefiele one kobo in my life. Okay? I'm one of his biggest critics. I used to criticize him a lot that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you have repercussions. But despite that, I don't believe in impunity where you lock up people indefinitely for nothing when you are not ready. When you are ready, go and pick them up. You cannot lock a man down and say you are carrying out investigation. That's not somebody who believes in the rule of law. And we are in a democracy. Anyway. Yeah, ask your question. Madam Gentle, how are you? How is my baby doing? Nice to see you. Babatunde Susunya, are you sure? Let's see. Can you please join me? The man that wants Hausa Fulani to continue, why not? Without Hausa Fulani, will your Tinubu be in power today? You people just talk sometimes irrationally, and you don't know that you are even jeopardizing the chances of your principal. When you talk as if Tinubu is the president of Yoruba nation. Tinubu today, whatever he is, he has become today, is courtesy of some people from the north. So if you don't appreciate that, then I pity you. Babatunde Shosonya, I thought you wanted to join me. I added you now. I invited you to speak to me, but it seems you have declined. That's what I was saying now. Simplicity. Yes, if you are there and you are fumbling. You say you have removed subsidy. Fine. You have removed subsidy. You have removed Emefiele. You have removed even Shokunbi that came after Emefiele. So how come the economy has not picked up? That's a question that Nigerians should be asking. It's because there is no stability right now in Nigeria. And people are just doing whatever they like in Abuja. The jamboree in Abuja continues. Politicians are still on their bazaar. They are on a binge, spending money and enjoying their lavish times. That's interesting. So the economy is not going to improve until you introduce some measure of discipline. If you don't, there is no way it's going to. So someone should let the government of Tinubu know that Nigeria requires urgent intervention. And so But you know, any house that is built with spittle, ilé tí a fi tọ́mọ ìrì ló ń wó, ordinary dew will fall on it and it will collapse. So you have passion for politics, but you don't have the connection yet. It's more than connection. You need money. That's what I've learned. Wike is inviting me to his apartment in Abuja to eat egusi soup. No, I'm much more serious than that right now. So don't let's start about Wike. I don't want to talk about Wike this afternoon. Can we leave Wike out of this? We used to be good friends, and we did a lot of good work together. You can deny it today, but that is not a problem. That is not, what did I say? That is not a problem. I like his work. His anger is what worries me. And I've told him to his face that he needs anger management. So that's all. That's not a fight. I respect his work. He's very brilliant, a very brilliant guy. But when he gets angry, he loses everything. So what's the point of you doing a good job and you use your own hand to throw it away? I jumped from supporting Igbo to Hausa. You see, Tunji Oluwanishola. It's not good to express ignorance on, hey, Chike Oge, how are you? It's not good to express ignorance on social media. I said the Igbos have a right to be president of Nigeria. I didn't tell you that he must be Igbo by all means. When you support someone, like they say, heaven helps those who help themselves. Number one, I wanted to contest myself because my party threw it open. I supported Atiku and Obi in 2019. I was not even a member of their party. So if they had won, Atiku would have been president and Peter Obi would have been vice president. So I supported them on principle. The Buhari that I supported in 2015, I was not a member of APC. I was a volunteer. So that tells you again that I didn't do it for personal reasons. Because if I wanted to do it for personal reasons, I would have joined APC so that I can cash out. I did it voluntarily, and there was no way I could have cashed out when you are a volunteer. So I know how much money I also spent on the Buhari saga. Anyway, I was doing it for a few reasons. Majorly because my very dear friend, Rotimi Amechi, was the campaign director general at the time. And he was able to persuade us that Buhari would be much better than Jonathan, which turned out not to be the case. And within a few months, even before he appointed his cabinet, I dumped him and I apologized publicly for ever supporting him. So I don't know why anybody will say he cashed out from this to this to this. So by the time I joined PDP, I wanted to contest myself, and I did contest, and I lost because I didn't have money. And they asked me before the primary if I would jump ship if I don't get the ticket, and I said I won't. Same thing that Wike said at the time, that he will support whoever emerged that day. So, and I fulfilled my word, and I supported Atiku, who emerged. So those who didn't support him is their right. I don't have any problem with it, but for them to now say those of us who supported him that we didn't have the right to do so, I would disagree with that. So obviously you don't know what you are talking about, that he moved from this to this to that. I was already a member of PDP and contested on the platform of PDP before Tinubu emerged as the APC presidential candidate, and Peter Obi emerged as that of Labour. You didn't expect me to suddenly abandon PDP because Tinubu was APC candidate or Peter Obi was Labour candidate. No, I remained in my party. I don't know how that became a problem. I don't have more than one vote. Anyway, so that is what happened. There is no way I would have, the moment I accepted to work for Atiku, there is no way I'll be working for Atiku and be secretly working for Tinubu. I will be an idiot to do such a thing. And once I'm committed to a cause, anybody who knows me knows that I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed to that Atiku project. And even now, we've moved beyond. Because since after the election, all I've been doing is to be a volunteer for Atiku. I've not received one kobo from Atiku. So, NS, not one kobo like this. I've just been doing what I can do. And that's it. Please, can I have some water? Yes. Ogunkan Benga David. I think you've just heard that phrase, you go explain tire. What are you doing? You are glued to my page and you are saying, I will explain tire. I don't owe you any explanation. I don't know you, you don't know me. So, thank you. What's on my take on Renu? Renu has his right. He's expressing himself. He believed that there was no forgery. He believed so much that there was no forgery and that I listened to the events in Chicago and I'm very convinced that there was a forgery. It is his right to believe that, but nobody can force him. I can't force him to accept, just like he cannot force me not to think there was a forgery. It is his right. I respect the rights of man. I've told you I'm a Democrat. I want Tinubu to notice me. How can I want Tinubu to notice me when we've been together for 30 years? What notice is that? If I want Tinubu to notice me, I will start praising him today. He will immediately, I still drink cold water. Oh, I do everything. I live my life very well. No human being is going to live forever. I live very well, very, very well. I'm 63 plus, going on 64. Look at me well. Do I look my age? It's God, it's not me. Even if you refuse to eat for the rest of your life, you can die anytime. So, I don't do anything in excess. Most times I drink warm water, I drink tea or coffee or anything, but I live my life. So I saw a question. Election has come and gone, let's support the government. Yeah, you are free to support the government. There is no country that ever made it by moving on after every disaster. None. So we cannot move on. Even if Atiku moves on, it's not about Atiku, no, it's about our nation. That's what I'm telling you. Since we finished the election, I've been a volunteer and doing my thing for Nigeria. Now, Atiku has transferred the burden to us. He has played his part creditably well, and I respect him for it. He is a great man. Who? Did Tinubu do me any bad? No, he didn't do me any bad. It's about Nigeria. So if you have ears, please kindly open it well. It's about Nigeria. This is not about Tinubu or about Atiku. It's now about Nigeria.